We're live. God damn it.
We are live indeed. 8 Point goodies to all of you Ramblemaniacs and all of you BC aliens out there. It goes a little something like this. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, Ramblemania Show probably brings to you your former 11-time Ramblemania heavyweight champion, Hazel the iZombie. Join along with me, as always.
As I, your former 14-time, now needs to soon be 15-time Ramblemania champion of all the Cosmos, TJ the Great. TJ the Great.
I
Now
can
we
see
live.
your future. It says you're not making it 15 at 2024.
That's crazy because I can see the future as well, and it's definitely going to happen.
This is our Sending Who Pro Wrestle Kingdom 18 recap. This took place January 4th, Thursday morning on our time, 2:30 a.m. And we got to watch basically 5.5 hours of pure Japanese sport. And this is going to be a yearly thing from now on with us here, like us actually doing this bright early on January 4th, watching these shows. It'll probably be the same for Dominion going forward as well, because that's basically the only two shows we watch when it's on Japan time.
When the time permits, for sure.
But before we get to the Wrestle Kingdom card, there is some news that I did want to talk about, mainly being TNA has now unveiled their brand new X Division Championship presented to Chris Sabin. Did you get to see the belt?
I have seen the belt.
Your
Isn't it
thoughts?
cool that fucking Chris Sabin has held like every version of? I'm pretty sure Chris Sabin has held every version of the
He's
X
held
Division
every version.
title.
Don't worry, he's held the one that looked like the Intercontinental Championship.
Every single one somehow has made its way to Chris Sabin, and this one, the new one, starts with Chris Sabin. But I like it. I like the new X Division
I
title.
like the design. It's a legitimate championship. I mean, when I showed it to Young Wolf, he's like, I don't like how it's not showing the X. But it's like, bro, you don't see that big red X just on the belt? Like it's close enough. And for it being unveiled, I thought they were gonna unveil more, because I'm thinking, all right, we got this belt unveiled, so I'm like, we got more coming up when we got Hard to Kill, and since we're not going to go live for that, we're still going to be doing Snake Eyes, which you're going to see all the new belts take place along with the TNA name being resurrected. But it's nice that they presented this belt in honor of the X Division, because that's what TNA was originally known as, the X Division Federation, because of that style.
Yeah, it was the thing that originally was supposed to be the thing that made TNA stand out from the other major WWE really, but it was supposed to be the thing that made it stand out as an alternative promotion. Like Six says, it is sort of a reversioning of like the OG belt, combining it with the
It's
newer
modern day
style.
feel.
Yeah. Which I mean, like, yeah, like it's not like the overt X of X Division belts past, but you can still see the X design in there, like with the red curvature and everything. So
Yeah,
yeah, I like how the belt looks.
I'm enjoying how it looks. I mean, all the belts that they've had for Impact, they're going to be redesigned. The digital media might possibly be the same belt, just with a new slapped logo on it and all that shit. The world title is gonna get changed. The knockouts, the knockouts tag belts, all those are gonna get changed, because This is now gonna be the new identity going forward. They're bringing back the name, and they want to keep it alive and well. They just seen the Iron Claw. What'd you guys think of it? It was a good movie, huh? It was great. This was awesome. No, I actually got the chance to see it. It was pretty good. It was
Yeah.
very, very good.
The joy
The
of
work
it,
they
like we
did.
said, is watching all the people who don't know about the story of the Von Erichs or wrestling in general just see that and be like, "Oh my God, what? What
Chavo
happens
Guerrero
to
is
this
being
family?"
is being nominated for the Iron Claw for choreographing and all that stuff, because You watch the movie, all these guys are doing all the moves. There are no stunt doubles in this movie.
Yeah, Chavo taught them all how to work. Taught them how to work pro wrestling.
Now they're all gonna go to WrestleMania and start working.
So
Now,
Ubu to Yoshi, and yeah, shout out to. It felt like Kevin is sus. I mean, there was a lot of that they could talk. Honestly, we could talk about it another time. But I do
yeah,
feel like the movie was actually a little bit kinder to Fritz than it should have been.
I think
Because
I'll say this much: they were more kind to Fritz than they were in real life, because we all know in real life his character was a fucking Nazi. So I think they kind of gave it a little bit of flack with
didn't Fritz
with
like
the whole.
literally tell Kevin you should have killed yourself like your brothers? Like
I mean, look,
Fritz was
again,
wild.
I'm not going into any detail on what happened in that movie. I would advise people go see it for yourselves if you want to know the history of the Viner. If you haven't been watching wrestling like back in those days, this will be the good time to watch this movie and an opportunity to actually branch out into the territorial days like world class.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, yeah, if there's any story to get into to see how crazy this industry actually is, the Von Erichs is ain't nothing better. OG Blue 679, what's going on?
So on OG Blue. Ooh, to Yoshi. What up, Yoshi? And first is sus too. All right, well, I want to talk about this fucking match that I saw hours before we got to see Wrestle Kingdom. We don't talk
Yes.
about Noah here, so I figured now it's time to bring Noah into the mix to the Ramblemania show. I'm not talking about the whole show that took place on January 2nd. That's not what we're doing here. What I'm gonna do is talk about the main event that took place, which was Naomichi Marufuji taking on Kota Ibushi, the Destiny Dream match. That was the main event of the show. And this match was not good.
Oh man.
It proved that, you know, Kota Ibushi is still not in his prime. I mean, yeah, it's due to age, but he's not the same person anymore. Like, he had to do all of the moves that he used to. He had to do second attempts. Like, he'll slip up when he tried to like springboard, like, oh, I fucked up. Oh, here we go, back up again, and then do the move. He does the moonsault, fucks up his right ankle already, and we're like already like 8 minutes into the match. Like, this match was literally like 30 minutes of hard hitting action. Don't get me wrong, this match was stiff. The chops, the kicks. Kota Ibushi went into murder mode when he got kicked in the face, but it still felt flat, and the crowd wasn't even like, going crazy like Ibushi, Mafu. No, it wasn't doing that, and I was just dumbfounded because you gotta understand that I've never seen these two men compete. I've seen some Marufuji matches, I've seen some Ibushi matches, but I didn't know these two guys had history. I didn't know these two guys were competing back then. I literally had to watch some of their old shit before. I mean, like the night after Wrestle Kingdom, I was watching all of their old shit. I'm like, yeah, age is a pretty big difference when these two men are facing each other again, and it shows. It shows that these two men are not the same anymore. They can do all the hard hitting stuff all they want. At the end of the day, they are not what they were 10, 15 years ago. They're literally at this point trying to break their own bones for our entertainment, and they gotta stop. It's time to stop. The match is gonna get good though.
This was there was too much going on. These guys are too old. It was good though. You
No,
know,
it was good. No, trust me, it was good because you gotta understand, when it comes to the Japanese stuff, this is pure sport, and they were showing that pure sport spirit there.
I know. Like
It's just
Ibushi, he
when
said
it's time to do all
earlier.
the crazy spots.
Right.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say he already said earlier that at the end of his AEW contract, he's probably done.
Yeah, that too. Like I think 2 years. That's it. He's done. He might as well. I mean, he's starting. He's already starting his own dojo, so might as well just make the best of it and start putting that dojo to use. Start getting people up in there, man.
Yeah, like everybody's got a bump card, and once it fills up, or once other injuries pick up and take hold, and there's only so much more you can do before you got to step away. And Ibushi's at that point, and I feel like, you know, he was either trying to push through because people wanted him to push through, or there just wasn't the person to tell him like, hey, you can't do it. You gotta pull back.
Yeah.
But he's finally reached that wall, and yeah, Ibushi, like, he's given us so much over the years that it happens to the best of our entertainers, and Ibushi's just one of them. He's got to step back.
And Marufuji is reaching that wall too. Like,
Yeah,
he's 4 years older than this man.
yeah.
You'd think that someone even after his match with Will Ospreay, you'd think that maybe give this guy a break. But again, I don't watch Noah, so I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, and a lot of these guys, they don't take those breaks. Like, there's the worst of the cases that you get is someone like a Misawa, who just literally does it until he dies in the ring. Hopefully,
Exactly.
heaven forbid we get to any of those points with these guys, but that's the worst of that's how bad it can get. Like, a guy just he doesn't he doesn't want to stop because that he feels like he should keep going because either it's ingrained in him from the culture, from his training, or from whatever. And it doesn't have to be that way. Like, both Ibushi and Marufuji and the guys, they've done more than enough for the business and should be at a point where they can be a part of the business without having to take all the bumps and crazy things of yesteryear.
Yep. But yeah, I'm giving it a good. And it's nice that I get to bring something into the table that's not what we usually talk about on a regular basis. No one needs to be talked about because that's the King's Road shit. I mean, they're more. I'm not gonna say they're more hard hitting than New Japan, but they're equal to that. I mean, it's always a nice opportunity to talk about something different, especially going into the new year. And I wanted
Yeah,
to give this match credit for what it's done, and it deserves the star rating that it gets. I mean, I don't know if Dave watches this stuff. I don't know what the fuck he gives Noah matches nowadays, but knowing him, he probably would have gave Kota Ibushi like 5 due to this because it was so hard hitting and it was so stiff. They were beating the shit out of each other, and that's one thing I can accept. I can accept that it was very hard hitting, but again, age is coming to these guys, and they can't do the same shit that they used to do. And yeah, Young Will said it. Muda is a prime example.
that's for sure. And
Now,
everybody hits their wall.
with the main card of New Japan Pro Wrestling, they did the Rambo. Taiji Ishimori won the belt at New Year's Dash. Great Okan's pissed. So, yeah, that match was the longest match in the card. We're not going to talk about it because who gives a fuck about a Rambo? It was nice to see Iizuka go and cannibalize people and beat the shit out of the ring announcer again.
Maniac.
Are you ready though, man?
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, so am I. Submitted to the approval of the Ramblemania show. This is our Wrestle Kingdom 18 recap. Let's fucking ramble. We open up the show. Oh, wait, how many people were in this arena? Damn, the attendance was 27,422. What happened to that 40,000 people seating arena shit?
I don't know, a lean year on the tickets,
What's
but
going on here, man?
it was a lean
Nah,
year.
send that right. Yo, your thoughts on the stage?
Yo, I like the stage a lot. The stage was fucking dope. Like, I guess we're firmly locked into the era of big LED screens for any major company, so you just got to get with that if you hate that. But there's again, there's a way to do it where you can have architecture and make the stage pop and make all the big entrances look great. And this was a great example of it. I liked it. I liked the stage setup. All the big entrances felt big. Like it felt like they took a little bit of cues from speaking of Noah, from Noah's production because I really like the few Noah shows that we watch. Their production is always like top tier for like their big shit. So I did like that they took at least a little bit. Um, I felt from their sort of stage setups, but yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah, this stage was fun. I really enjoyed it. I mean, I like how they always like change it up every year in order to keep up with like the posters or what the theme for this year is, whatever. I think it's amazing because one, you got the big circle in the center showing the New Japan logo, or whenever a champion comes out, you'll see their belts and whatnot. It still had the same thing as always. Baby faces one side of the entrance, heels on the other side, and then when it's time for the big three or the big two, everybody come out in the center because none of y'all niggas is important but us.
That's a fact.
That's a fucking fact. But it's so fun, seeing all the lights and all the LEDs. I mean, yeah, you're right. LEDs are taking over, or originally OLEDs are taking over now. Shit.
Yeah.
So they're taking over the stage, they're taking over the ramp. Sooner or later, they're gonna take over the ring skirts and the fucking turnbuckles, and we're gonna get barricades of that shit, and then I'll start complaining about that too.
So you down, better just get with it. It's
But
happening.
again, why we got 27,000 people in this show when we should be having like 60, 70 people? What 70,000? Like, what is this?
Listen, that's something that they gotta look into.
Our new president needs to look into this shit.
Yeah, that's a worry for our president.
Yeah, like what the fuck? All right, but we opening up the show as always, with the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Championships, the winners of the Junior Tag League Catch 2-2, Francesca Akira and TJP take on the War Dogs of Bullet Club, Drilla Maloney and Clark Connors. They were the champions going in. This was 9 minutes and 38 seconds. Go ahead, TJ. Let's ramble.
All right, so the junior heavyweight tag openers, they're usually meant to be like fast paced, action heavy type of matches. But TJP has some shit that he needed to get off in his match with his new deal with the Aswang or however you say it. Uh,
Azwa.
Aswang. Yeah, that's how you say it.
Yes.
Um So this is Oswan gimmick, with the tribal mask and everything. Like it's basically like I saw some people compare it to like a Muda or a Kishin Liger type of thing, which is yeah, he debuted a new character. It sort of took over the framework of the match, so it made for a change of pace. But I didn't hate it. Kind of got over. Like sometimes you're worried with that type of thing is that it could harm the guys he works with. But fortunately, I thought the War Dogs they still look pretty solid in there. And plus they obviously had some crazy shit planned for them at Dash. So
Yeah.
it all ended up fine. I feel like everybody got where they needed to get in this match. I'm gonna give this a solid good.
And normally when we watch these, when it starts with the junior heavyweights, when it's the tag, it's usually those where it's like, we're gonna do all of our flippy stuff. We're gonna wow the crowd. We're gonna get them hyped, and we're gonna fast pace this shit. We're gonna do what we need to do. No, it went the complete opposite. They threw that fucking trope out the window here.
Yeah.
This was all right. We're gonna get serious. We're gonna bloody people up. We're gonna hurt people. We're gonna look like fucking ugly monsters. Where we just might have to kill it with fire at this point. And I like that format for this match because again, things were getting personal between these two teams. They put this man in a coffin. And I didn't even know they were doing coffin matches. I'm like, what is this, FMW now? Like, holy shit. TJP did his inner Undertaker and said, I'm going to walk methodically slow down the aisle. I'm not going to show my face until these fuckwads get in the ring and we start fighting. My main thing that pissed me off, so when he unveils himself and he's biting like his forearm where the tape his wrist, they shoot now at Drilla and Clark, realizing that this man had missed the spit out and they missed the shot. I'm like, we're just
They
starting the
did miss
show
that.
and
I
you
forgot
missed
about
it. How do you
that.
fuck that up already?
They
But the
did
match
miss
was
that.
fun. The match was fun. This was a little bit of a blood feud that needed to be, up the ante. And they upped the ante here by taking away that analogy of all the flippy shit that needed to be done in this division and make it more of a blood feud. And now, when I saw New Year's Dash going forward, like I said yesterday, Francesco Akira is now having second thoughts about what the fuck he's getting himself into.
Yeah, shit, because this gang different.
Because now we're going to have a 10-on-10 steel cage match going
Yes.
forward. And we don't even know when that's taking place. I think that's the February 11th show.
Yeah.
So we don't know. And now TJP is going to be taking the reins. He's going to be leading. But now, again, we don't know what Francesco Akira is going to be doing going forward. So I'm not going to say, holy shit, throughout the time that I'm off, I'm going to take the time to watch New Japan and see what the fuck's going on with these two guys. Or I'm just going to wait till Battle in the Valley for me to find out what's going on. But I'm giving this match a 3.5. It was fun. It was very fun. I mean, despite the fact that TJP looked like a human cockroach straight out of Joe's apartment, I just wasn't. I don't mind the new gimmick because it's not gonna hurt Bullet Club. The fact that this guy's a mythical creature, Bullet Club can have a Kappa in their fucking group, just stealing souls out of people's assholes.
They have had similar sorts of situations.
Yeah. For the New Japan World Television Championship, Zack Sabre Jr. in his 17th or 18th defense, taking on the newly crowned president of Shinnihu Pro Wrestle, Hiroshi Tanahashi. This was 8 minutes and 53 seconds. Go ahead, TJ Ramble on.
What's going on, puppy dog? And yes, he is the ass
What up,
god
puppy dog?
now, TJP. Hail
Ass
to the
God.
chief. Hail to the chief. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. I'll be right back.
Wait, what? Oh, this man left. I mean, well, yeah, so Noah. Noah's a good show. Y'all should watch some Noah. Get the chance to watch that Noah. If you don't, what are you doing with your life? I'll be back tomorrow night for that Raw. And it's just gonna be me and TJ. 6 is gonna be going back to work. Y'all remember the alien bugs from Men in Black? BC can just call Captain New Japan. Oh my god. No, don't call that Bone Soldier. That Bone Soldier was cheap. That was a Wish.com rehash. But yeah, just want to remind everyone while TJ is gone. I will be back tomorrow night, returning for Raw, returning for Ring of Honor, for Making Impact, but no Impact this week though, because we still need to get those TNA graphics. But we will be watching Snake Eyes next Sunday. We still trying to debate on whether or not we should watch Hard to Kill, or Battle at the Valley. I don't know about Collision or Battle of the Belts. That's probably going to be a definite no on the occasion. But again, we're just starting the new year off. Oh, more importantly, stick around the next couple of weeks for the Royal Rumble. Will be taking place on January 27th, which is also our 7th birthday. championship will be defended. What's Ring of Honor again? It's an honorable wrestling promotion that you should have on your streaming services, puppy dog. I need to see if they have a new TNA. They're gonna probably reveal those soon. I thought they were gonna, like I said, I thought they were gonna release more belts within the X Division unveiling, but since it was only the X Division belt, oh, okay. I guess we're gonna wait till Hard to Kill for the other ones. Which I don't mind. I'm not hating.
All right, my bad.
All right.
Okay. Our president. Let's talk about the president of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Listen, man, I ain't mad at it at the president flexing his muscles, but on the real though, shout out to President Tanahashi. I think he got some temp knees as a part of the inauguration package because he was moving pretty quick there for a moment in the early going of that match. Like popped out with the sling blade high fly flow combo almost immediately. Like,
bro, he was trying to bring that home.
Yeah, he was like, yo, let's go. I'm ready to cook. I got presidential duties to get to. Immediately. I got presidential duties I need to get to. But Tana and Zack Sabre, they've worked together enough times to where they know how to maximize their minutes together. It's like I was talking about during the match. Like Zack Sabre knows how to work Tanahashi, knows what his limits are, what his strengths are, and everything like that. So obviously, it makes, even if they only get like 8-9 minutes, they know how to maximize that time and make it work and still have a really good match. And he did that in that time. And I mean, truth be told, I mean you could get mad at the president going over and putting a title on himself, or you could look at it, or you could look at it as a potential opportunity for Zack Sabre Jr. to move up the card, which again, based on Dash, could be happening. So I'm gonna give this a solid good and a half.
This man became the president and is now the New Japan World Television president. He's not a champion. He's the World Television president now. So every time he wins the title, we're just gonna name him the Never Open Weight 6-man tag team president, or the IWGP Global Force Heavyweight president.
The Global Force Heavyweight president is crazy.
Because look at him now. He's not the ace anymore. He's the president. This man just went to Gato and was like, yo, I'm the president. You're putting me over, right? Like, I'll give you a raise if you're putting me over.
I'm the president.
He's like, wink, wink. I'm not gonna shit on it too much because this, I mean, with Tanahashi being the president, this is just this is the modern day Inokiism. This is Tanahashiism right here.
That's right. Respect the president.
The only reason why I'm booing it, I'm not hating on the fact that he won the belt. I mean, it was obvious that he was gonna win it because he's the president. He can do whatever the fuck he wants, and he's the president. He here to make New Japan great again, and being that him doing that, he has to be the television president of Shinnihu Pro Wrestle. So fuck it. So about an hour during the show, the match is released on YouTube already. Because again, that's how much New Japan respects the world television title that much, that they would release the fucking match an hour after they just competed. It's like Crunchyroll, my nigga. Come on. This is awesome. This is fucking awesome. We're still live. An hour later, this match is up on YouTube. It's like, fuck. It's like, fuck. You can't watch the pay-per-view? Watch this match. This is why I love the television title. Yeah, again, I'm going to keep saying it. It looks like your grandfather's piece of shit watch that you bought at a pawn shop for $10. At the end of the day, I'd rather watch free matches with this belt than anything else, because this television title is where it's at right now. It's bringing absolute prestige here. And I gotta remind you that there was a lot of bloodshed. Tanahashi did bleed here as well. But yo, Zach, Zach, you're the fucking man, son. You learned your major error from that Bryan Danielson match at Forbidden Door. Countering Dragon Screws up the wazoo, and then said, fuck you and your presidency. Your Dragon Screws ain't shit.
He said, "Never again." I almost
Never
died.
again. Never again. 3 and 4 quarters. I love television matches. It's not even like TV title better than 24/7 title. I say TV title better than the TNA Legends title, the global title, the television title, the King of the Mountain title, the whatever title they came up with that actual belt that Booker T introduced.
Oh, damn.
The Grand Championship. It's better than those. The 24/7 title is persona non grata. That thing was irrelevant from the first moment it made its debut. The fact that Titus O'Neil was our first 24/7 champion says a lot.
Hey, listen. Didn't he win?
3
Like,
and 4 quarter of a stars. I love this match. We got to start giving the TV championship more prestige here. Next Mitch. Yuya Uemura taking on Yota Tsuji in a singles match. This was 10 minutes and 57 seconds. Go ahead, TJ, ramble on.
Hi, Matthew Holland. He be talking about what he be talking about over there, and they just talk about the 24/7 championship. I don't know. I'll get the Bloodborne in a moment, but so Uemura and Tsuji was basically the two young guns of the Future Show Out match. We had 2 of those on this show, and of the 2 of those matches, I thought this was the better one, and I'll get to why when we get to the other one. But like Tsuji, we've talked about it before. He's probably like the guy out of the younger crop right now. Like I think Yota Tsuji has got like all the goods, like tons of charisma, aura, everything, like super cool, unique move set, all that. So much so that I was actually kind of surprised that they went with Uemura. But he did just come back from excursion. He just got with the gang. So
yeah, mind you that both of these guys came back from excursion. Tsuji was in Mexico for a while. While we all know Uemura was in Impact with the Joya.
Yeah, he was chilling in that. But yeah, I guess Uemura, he had more recently come back because Tsuji, he already fought Sonata and shit.
Yeah,
but
he did.
Yeah, like again, I think super highly of Yota Tsuji and his future potential, and also of Uemura, but more so of Tsuji. But I thought this match was very good. I thought that the crowd got into it. Like basically since there was no real bullshit, they got to go out there and have a showcase match and showcase themselves. And it got Uemura a solid boost. Like Yota Tsuji, I think, because obviously they have no problem throwing him to whatever type of deep end, so he'll recover no problem. So yeah, I think this all works out in the end. I'm gonna give this again good and a half.
I thought this was fun, only due to the fact that we're seeing the future of this company grow within not just these 2 stars, but other 2 stars that, like you said, we're going to talk about later. But the fact that these guys got more time showed that this is the focus right now going forward, and I'm not shitting on it. I like that, now we're not going to be relying on our president, the Naitos, the Okadas, and, all the other guys. We're going to start moving forward and pursuing the future of this business. And these 2 guys having this match showcased that in general that they deserved the spotlight. And I'm happy that they gave them the floor here for 11 minutes that they had. It was very, very competitive between these 2. Not a lot of big spots. It was just straight up wrestle. And I enjoy a good old fashioned wrestle. It's fun. And not everything needs to be crazy spots and killing each other by dropping everyone in the head in the fucking apron. No, it's just, we're going to show you the sport. And the sport this is the future of these 2 guys performing it. And we got to see that. And you don't get that a lot in pro wrestling. When it happens, and you just need to sit back and watch it. It gets a bars.
Respect.
Like, again, we were talking about it during the match, how like these two guys, along with the other two, Narita and fucking Shooter, these are the four pillars for New Japan that we're looking at going into, in the next 10 years, maybe 2034, if we're still alive, that is. 10 years from now, we could be sitting here telling ourselves, finally, these two guys were carrying this company for years, knowing that, we were looking at the past generation that we idolized, and we're looking at this, and we're like, this is what we're looking at now, and this is what we were waiting for. This is the change that we needed in this business. And when it happens, it's gonna be something beautiful. I know Gato got something in line for these four coming up. Maybe in the next 2 years, we might see Yota Tsuji win the belt. I don't know. It could be Shooter. But I'm giving this a bars. This was a good match. Now, we'll talk about the other two. House of Torture, Evil, and Ren Narita, accompanied by everyone of House of Torture, to take on Shota Umino and the man that just doesn't belong, Kaito Kiyomiya. The shortest match of the card with 7 minutes and 6 seconds. Go ahead, TJ. Ramble.
That's crazy that's the shortest match on the show, because it definitely didn't feel like
I knew it,
right? Yuya is a new Three Musketeer. Yeah, he part of that gang. Some people on Twitter says remasters are not first party. What, the Bloodborne, the new Bloodborne? I mean, it depends on who makes it, right? Whoever's making it.
They're talking about the remastering Resident Evil 1. I'm like, are we gonna do it like 2, 3, and 4 now? Because everyone's sick and tired of those tank controls.
Yeah, fucking make a new version of 1 if you're gonna do that. Kyo Mayonnaise a bitch. All right, so fucking
Kyo Mayonnaise.
This was the other of the Musketeer showcase matches. Unfortunately, this one featured 100% more House of Torture. Fucking, I like Red Narita. He has promise, but I don't know how you're gonna put it in practice, having him run out and run around with fucking goddamn Dick Togo all damn day.
What are you talking about, man? We need hold on, before you finish. We need one of these 4 pillar guys to be a fucking heel. And I see Ren Narita being that guy. None of these guys can
House of Torture not the only heel group.
I'm just talking about the 4 main heads. Ren Narita is the only one that fits that mold.
Why can't he be in Bullet Club then?
He is. They're just not together.
Actual Bullet Club.
They're all adjacent. The group is adjacent to Bullet Club. They just have their own version of a Too Sweet.
God damn it. In the first fucking 3 minutes, they fucking knock out the ref and jump Kiyomiya and get an earfall on him. What the fuck? That was so ridiculous. Man, listen. Again, all these guys have promise and can do things. But I don't know how you're supposed to have them showcase what they can do when they're surrounded by House of Torture shenanigans. And that even goes for Kiyomiya. How you even supposed to show Kiyomiya's bitch ass if you got him fucking dealer getting jumped by the House of Torture? Come on now. But Shooter's entrance was dope. So yeah, that. And Red Arena looked good when he was wrestling. So I'll give it a high pat.
You're the one that just wants the chaos in WWE to ensue. That's all you want.
If House of Torture ran out in WWE,
I got my fucking chaos in this match. This is all I needed. I needed the chaos here because fuck it. Fuck it. Why are we getting this Noah guy up in our fucking turf and shit? Beat his ass. What are you doing? Beat his ass. Yeah, you're gonna have House of Torture show up. Because who the fuck is gonna allow a Noah guy to show up in their Tokyo Dome ring? Hell no. They ain't letting that shit happen. He gonna get the smoke. And he sort of got the smoke here.
He did get his ass jumped.
Ren Narita looking like the most evil motherfucker ever. I mean, come on, man. They're like, this man Kiyomiya got his dick chopped while he was upside down.
He did.
Come on. Like, if that's not as entertaining and as chaotic as it could be. I don't know what is. But this is what I was literally asking for. It's not just because, oh, this Noah guy needs to get the fuck beat out of him. It's House of Torture. Because this is Bullet Club style. They always show up and beat everybody up. And, we're going to talk about what happened later with the fucking triple threat. This match is just everything I needed. I love Shooter Umino with the bike. He came out there with the mean ass Harley. It was amazing. I loved it. It just showed that he's gonna flourish on his own without Moxley by his side now, and I'm proud of it. These two just going one-on-one when everyone basically was separated, and they gave those two their time in the ring. Right then and there, like I said, just like how we saw with Tsuji and Uemura, we saw it here with Shooter and fucking Narita. We're looking at the future here. And the future is these four guys are going to carry this company within the next 10 years. Fuck everything else that just happened. Just focus on what happened between these two in the ring. Fuck everything else. Fuck Kiyomiya getting his ass kicked. Fuck Evil. And fuck Dick Togo chopping this man in his dick. Just focus on Shooter Umino and focus on Ren Narita here, because that's the main focus. Yeah, they wanted to add Kiyomiya in the match and make it a special tag because they wanted to know a guy in there. So what? But the story was these two guys, and that's all you need to pay attention to. This is also getting a fucking bars. Besides all the chaotic shit, it's getting a bars. It was fun. Oh, and I forgot to mention this. The most disrespectful thing happens when the television title takes place. We go to commentary, and there's our IWGP women's champion, Mayu Iwatani, just sitting there talking. I'm like, yo, book the women! Book the damn women! What are you doing?
Dude, I know there was a Stardom show before, like the day
I don't even
earlier,
think so.
but
I heard there was a Tokyo Joshi Pro show.
Yeah.
But nothing about Stardom. I'm like, let me get this straight. Last year we had this woman wrestle for 5 minutes, and this year they're just sitting on commentary. What are you doing?
that cut to Mayu was the craziest shit, and she was in gear. What the hell?
I was just word. She was in gear, like she was ready to go, and I'm just like, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do an impromptu. Get someone out here. Get fucking Julia. Bring Starlight Kid. Anyone. Just for fuck's sake, get her off of that headset. What is she doing there?
That was crazy. But what are you gonna do?
I gave this match a bars, right? The tag match.
Yes.
Okay. Never open weight championship on the line as Tama Tonga goes one-on-one with the champ Shingo Takagi. Oh shit, I lost it. This was 12 minutes and 56 seconds. Go ahead, TJ Ramble on.
This might have been Tama Tonga's best singles match ever. Thinking through the catalog and all that, I don't know. Can't think of a better singles match at the very least he's had than this one. And Shingo is that guy, so it makes sense to me. It all lines up for me. They stole the stakes. They sold the stakes well. I liked Tama reaching into the Bullet Club bag, pulling out all the moves from AJ, pulled out the Bloody Sunday Styles Clash, all the good stuff from his old Bullet Club homies. Weird call to put him over because he's leaving. So,
whoa, is that really true?
He said it in the thing.
I did not, honestly. I didn't even know that he was, because I wasn't reading up on it, but when I heard, when I saw the topic that Tama Tonga might be leaving New Japan, I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So where the fuck you think he going?
I don't know, but he said he wanted, same situation as how most gaijin end up, can't keep traveling around the world if you got a family or whatever. Gotta keep it closer to the States.
Oh, that probably might be it too. You just go to New Japan strong.
Yeah, he could always do that if he wants to, so we'll see. But yeah, man, let's get Shingo Takagi in some real shit over this year because he's so fucking good, man. I love this dude. Good match to go out on for Tamado. If this really is the end of him in New Japan, he had a hell of a run. God Bullet Club all the way down to good guy in singles run. Like he did good. This was like a sort of a put it all together showcase, ultimate showcase of who Tama Tonga has become. So I'm gonna give this the highest of goods.
I love when the never open weight title gets defended because that's where it gets very hard hitting. And yeah, I can honestly agree with you that this was one of Tama Tonga's greatest singles matches in his New Japan career. Way better than the one with Carl Anderson.
She
Even though that was just straight up sports. This here just basically shoves that out the window and takes it up a notch. This never open weight title match was very hard, very stiff from these two competitors. A lot of people don't know, but Shingo Takagi is one hard hitting son of a bitch.
mm-hmm.
You can never ever look at this man and say he's pulling his punches. No, he goes in full force. And I love that they gave Tama more time here. They gave him more than what he had last year. They gave him under 10 minutes. Now he had more than 10 minutes. Even though it was close to the 11-minute mark, it was still good for what it was because he proved that he had a lot of heart. This is one of those like determination matches. Like you have to be determined to win this title. It's now or never here. And that's what this belt is all about. Shingo got to stop stealing other people's moves. The fuck you doing?
Shingo do what he want.
This man said gun stun. Okay, I'm gonna take that shit and do it to you. I love the near falls too. There was near falls where it was like Shingo would have walked away with the victory. Tama Tonga almost walked out of there with the win, but he did. But those near falls were just so good. They were so good. You blink and you miss it. You think it was 3 for a minute. I'm also giving this match a solid bars. Very hard hitting, very fun. I love when this belt gets defended because it gets fucking real here. Winner take all for the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team titles and the New Japan Strong Openweight Tag Team Championships. A rematch from the World Tag League Finals. The Gorillas of Destiny, ELP and Hikuleo, the Strong Openweight Tag Champs, take on Bishimon's Hiroko Goto and Yoshi-Hashi. This was 8 minutes and 56 seconds. Before the match even takes place, a wild Nemeth appeared from out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just showing up, waltzing in the Tokyo Dome like he run the place, and sits right next to the commentary, spectating this tag team match with his brother. TJ, ramble on.
All right, so real quick before that, no puppy dog. I don't think they have. Well, Hazel, have they said anybody that's gonna be in the Rumble this year? Not that I know of.
I mean,
Goldberg's in it.
everyone's saying that they're gonna be in the fucking Rumble. Bret Hart could say he's gonna be in the Rumble.
Bret Hart and Goldberg are gonna settle their feud in the Royal Rumble. There you go. You heard it here first. But Spider-Man won. Hold on, Byron. Spider-Man was made by Insomniac. It wasn't remastered by a different studio. It was just Insomniac. So why wouldn't it be first party? It's first party, even though it's on PC.
Yeah, exactly.
It's still first party.
What are they talking about?
It's people on Twitter just be talking. They be talking. But yeah, this
wilding.
This tag match. So yeah, this was all winner take all after the World Tag League final and everything. And we haven't really talked about it that much, but this show had like a very brusque, quick pace to it. Yes. And this match probably ended up being the biggest victim of that because I thought it was good, but like for a winner take all tag team championship match, you would think it would have gotten out of the second gear and gotten more than like 10 minutes, but no, it was over very quick. I clearly, I think the big thing to take away from this is how far along Hikuleo has come, just as a performer in general, and the stock they've put into him and ELP together. I think that's the big thing to take away from this match because I thought they looked good together. I thought they had a couple cool spots that popped off. Bishamon, or I mean, I know you hate Yoshihashi, but they are they are respected, and they will always be able to be counted on to put something good on the card.
I
But
just
yeah,
want to punch Son in the face. God damn it! You're
you
the
can do that,
shortest
man.
character in MVC two, you bastard. Next to
Well,
Roll.
he lost. So yeah, I think ELP and Hikuleo was the right move going forward. So yeah, I like this. I'm gonna give this a good, even though it was short.
Yeah, we talked about it numerous years throughout watching Wrestle Kingdom and recap, and it's always been a problem with how they pace most of their matches because you have to save like the big matches for like them being fucking 20-30 minutes long and shit. And this is a prime example of how this is being overshadowed by all the other focus that's supposed to take place later on. Like, this is a winner take all. I would have expected to have more of a high stakes feel instead of it being that rushed, fast paced Wrestling Society X bullshit where everyone just hits all their signature moves and whatnot. It wasn't like that here, but it had that feeling. And it just took me off to an extent. I was just like, once the match ended, I'm like, wait, that's it? It's over? And I was expecting, maybe the Nemeth brothers show up, like, jump up from the commentary booth, get in the ring, and challenge for the belts, just to give it that sort of feel like we're getting somewhere into the future of these tag divisions. No, it's just they won the belts. That's it. It's over. We're moving forward to the next event. It just felt lacking to me, and I didn't hate the match. It's the way it was just paced out. You could have done more. And the fact that they gave this less than 10 minutes proved that uh, I'm not saying New Japan doesn't care, but they're showing that they're only focusing on only the main stuff that's important. You don't think a winner take all high stakes tag team match is important on your show? It's very important because one of these guys could walk away becoming undisputed tag team champs. But no, it's just it's not enough to fucking to get more than 8 minutes and 57 seconds. It's not enough. It's not the money. So what? So why do it? Why? So that we could get the 50-50 booking here, so that Bishamon could get their loss after they beat God in the World Tag League. Something tells me we're running this back one more time, and if we run it back, that's going to be the be all end all. That's the rubber match right there.
It would have to be. I mean, also the Nemeths coming out for this, considering what they end up doing, is weird because like you think, oh, the Nemeths are here because it's Nick and Ryan, so I was like, oh, are they gonna challenge the winners, both of them? But then like obviously now we know later, no,
Yeah.
Nick is going after Finley, so I
And
don't
that
know.
and that was the shit that bothered me too. Like when we get to that, I'll explain that whole situation because wow, that was I mean, don't get me wrong, that match was great, but I don't like what happened at the aftermath. This match, I was gonna give it a 2.5, but I don't care. This match was fun. Only due to the fact that you know what, after this, I'm done with the whole Yoshihashi stuff. I'm gonna just move on from that shit. I think that's done. I'm gonna put it to bed already. I'm gonna give it a solid good. It was a good tag match. I wish there was just more so because let me tell you right now, Hikuleo has improved. Give this man his flowers because holy shit, he appeared on the main card in the Tokyo Dome.
Hell
And
yeah.
ELP finally getting his due because I feel bad that ELP has to be stuck in this sort of position. I'm not saying him being in the tag division is a bad thing, but I would have loved to see him hold on to the junior heavyweight title when he was a singles competitor in Bullet Club. Beggars can't be choosers, though. I gotta live with it.
Yeah. He'll show out with this.
All right, now we get to the meat. We get to the nitty gritty of all this. This is where it just gets really, really, really good, and I think the ratings just get higher from here on in. For the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship, Hiromu Takahashi defends his title against El Desperado. This was 14 minutes and 19 seconds. Damn, this match felt longer than that.
Hell yeah.
Ramble on, man.
So this match was built almost entirely for Despy to shine. And he fucking shined. I love the pace. I love this urgency in this. I love the limb work. I love them working Hiromu's leg over and like the pressure he put on. Like there's a point in this match where Despy is just lighting Hiromu the fuck up with a bunch of different strikes and murking this man. I'm like, God damn, Despy, let him know. Let his ass know. And I think that was the core story of the match. Like Despy was really coming to on time and to take that title, and he fucking got it. Like one could have thought that maybe they would give Hiromu the record or whatever here, but nah, it's time. It's time to move in another direction. It's time to let my boy Despy cook, and then we got Waddle on the horizon. So yeah, it's time to continue to build up new guys in the junior division. So I really like
Should have
this.
been
I'm gonna give it the
Waddle's
ball.
year last year.
That's true. Condolences, Chris. Goddamn. Condolences to your cat Harmon.
Condolences to your cat, man.
Yeah.
What you grading this match?
I gave it a bars. Straight bars. This idea from 6. We go. Yeah.
Despy was whipping the shit out of Hiromu's ass like if Hiromu was leaving the company.
Right?
Like, wait a minute, is he going to NXT? Because holy shit, look at the ass whipping he's getting. Like, yo, Despy was not playing here. And I think Despy was basically, it was summoning the spirit in all of us saying, yo, it was time to give up the title last year, and we still had another run. Like, here's the thing. I'm not shitting on Hiromu's run because he had the belt for literally 2 years. 2 years. Wins the Super Juniors 3 in a row. Master Water wins that shit. Doesn't win the fucking belt after a fatal 4-way. And I need to remind you, you and I also went for Despy and Waddle to win last year. And they didn't pull the trigger. And then Despy went on an amazing 2023. Nigga said, I'm going to go do death matches. I'm going to go wrestle Moxley. I'm going to go bleed. Like, yo, this was the rematch from their last final. Remember when this man was unmasked and bloodied the fuck up?
Yes.
This was that. This was payback. This is what that was. I mean, shit. Hiromu out here looking like a true fucking champ, but this was the true spirit of the junior heavyweight division right here at its finest between these two competitors. And I love that Despy got his shot here. He got his one-on-one at the Dome. I think this is his first ever one-on-one match at the Dome. And he looked like an absolute fucking killer here.
Shit.
These two men were going at it. I enjoyed the hell out of this match. The fact that, finally, Hiromu got to finish his story by having his junior heavyweight title reign being ended. And Despy finishing his story by becoming the champion after all this time, after doing all the crazy shit he had to do to get over. Matches with Jun Kasai, deathmatch stuff, matches in freedoms, while Hiromu Takahashi wrestling a goddamn doll. GOAT. Fucking GOAT. We're in it. Like, I'm sorry, but if this man is gonna get dropped on his head after 2 pinche locos, that's it. You ain't getting enough. This was the passing of the torch. This was it right here. Go. Fight me. I don't care. I love the junior heavyweights.
Showing up like this.
For the inaugural IWGP Global Force Heavyweight Championship, Will Ospreay, Jon Moxley, David Finlay. This was 22 minutes and 15 seconds. TJ, talk about this shit, man.
All right, hold on. Let me see what Byron's talking about. I guess Santa Monica helped Konami with the Castlevania game and not count as first party because Konami would have to be owned. All right, I guess that's a fair assessment, but you would also have to look at where the game is released, what system it's released for, what the intention behind the game is. Like, you can't just say, like, if they make the same game and they just remake it, then you can't say, well, now it's not first party anymore. It still would be first party. But I mean, whatever. It's an arbitrary
Why are
thing.
we still having this debate about first party games? I
I
thought
don't
we were
know.
done with this
It's
like 25
arbitrary
minutes
thing.
ago.
So yeah, global heavyweight title. I like the story in this of Mox and Osprey wanting to have their own big like Wrestle Kingdom match in the dome, but they both know that this fucking shithead David Finlay is involved. So you know what? Let's get rid of him, and then you and I can like have that. We can have our situation. So that's sort of the match. It sets up Finlay as like the sneaky little shithead that worms his way back in when he can here and there. Um, Meanwhile, Mox and Osprey are just going crazy, and then the Bullet Club interference happens, but it's at least done in a way that makes sense and it doesn't detract too much from the situation, and it builds into like there's regular ass Bullet Club bullshit, which can be a little bit much at times, but is mostly tolerable. Then there's House of Torture interference, which is just bullshit. It's just constant bullshit. So this was the better version. Like this was fine. Um, and of course, it leads to Finlay winning the match because, like we said, he's the only one that's going to be here after tonight because Mox and Osprey work for AEW.
Yep.
So, um, everything worked out the way it needed to work. I had a ton of fun with this match. I'm gonna give this the highest of goods.
I enjoyed the hell out of this match. This was absolute carnage and punishment between all three competitors. I mean, yeah, we're gonna start out with just David Finlay getting his ass kicked by all these guys for 5 minutes, and then it's back to all right. 5 minutes are up. Let's fight now. The fight gets serious. The blood starts pouring. Everyone just gets hit for real, like one at a time. Tables are muck. Just all the crazy spots. Again, another match with just crazy fucking near falls. All the crazy near falls taking place here. All the interference, which was necessary because, as you said, 2 out of the 3 competitors here work for AEW. They're not gonna be here. Osprey's still gonna be here for a while because he still has the February 11th one. That's when his contract is done after that match, and then that's it. We won't see him until Revolution going in March. So it was the obvious choice because now we got to start making Bullet Club look stronger. We like it's 10 years in the making. Like I think at this point, this faction is not going to die out. I think we give it 5 more years. This will be the final leader. That's it, and then no more Bullet Club. We got 15 years of that shit. That's it. It's over. Let's move on.
Yeah.
But right now, it's time. Again, I don't want to put David Finlay in that category of those pillars because he's not a part of that category because he's Gaijin. He's one of the top Gaijins, but he's not in that pillar where I put everyone else in, where these 4 are. We need to focus on the global scale of this company and having David Finlay hold on to that championship, meaning he's gonna have to defend that everywhere. America, the UK, Ireland, wherever the fuck they go, that belt is gonna get defended, even if it's the indie stuff. So it was the obvious choice to have the leader become the inaugural champion. What do you know? Check it out. For the second time ever, we have two Bullet Club leaders becoming inaugural champions. Kenny Omega becoming the first U.S. champion. Finley, now the Global Force champion. So
Yeah.
you can't shit on it because honestly, to me, being the inaugural champion, you're number one right now. You can't take that away from you. Now, the question is, how good is this reign going to be with Finley as the global champion? Is it going to be like how they did with Zach with the TV title? I don't know. I don't watch this. I don't watch this shit that much because I'm not staying up till 3 a.m. to watch it, unless if it's a pay-per-view. So, as far as I'm concerned, I'm just a spoke on the wheel. I'm just waiting to see how this global title is going to expand. It was fun. And then the ending showed up, which now we got a new body for Finley, and that's Nick Nemeth, which is bullshit because you just made your brother look like shit because I thought you guys were going to be the tag team. But no, because you're the WWE superstar and your two former world championship reigns, you get a global title shot. So your brother is just nobody. He's just a nameless body in an unremembered room in New Japan. Not even the green room.
He's his brother. He's his brother.
Yeah, he's his brother, but to Japan, he's a nobody.
Maybe he'll do
Four
something
and a
with this one.
quarter. This match was bloody. It was stiff. The hidden blades were just, ah, they were so fucking beautiful, especially when you take one to the face.
Yeah, that's real shit.
It gets a 4 and a quarter. I love this shit. I loved it. The special single match. Kazuchika Okada goes one-on-one with the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. This is Bryan Danielson's first time in the Tokyo Dome since God knows how long, like 2004?
Yeah, I mean, Dragon, he has.
Because last time I remembered, he was the junior tag team champion with Curryman, aka Christopher Daniels.
That's what I'm saying. He probably like he worked like I'm pretty sure it was like an undercard junior tag match that he worked the last time he was here. Um
This was 23 minutes and 30 seconds, but go ahead, man, ramble on.
and yeah, Dragon came back as the god. The two gods, Dragon and Okada, again put in a godly performance. Dragon going across the spectrum of heel and face and just straight up, I'm gonna break this motherfucker's arm. And then later on in the match, he's summoning yes chants from the crowd in the Tokyo Dome, doing the yes chant. Just the most complete version of Bryan Danielson that there is. Okada fighting out of the bell lock variation that beat him in the first match, and just like with the crowd roaring, and then just that determination on his face. Ace storytelling, top tier shit. Okada targeting the eye once he realizes that Danielson really is gonna try to break his arm. Like fucking pro wrestling masterclass here. Like these two were incredible, just on a different level. Like, and I feel like just like the first match, I feel like went by and was sort of underrated by the mass. I feel like this match is also going to be one that's sort of underrated because of you know it wasn't the most explosive or high spot, but like just based off of everything they input from the first match and how they built on that. Not to
Yeah.
mention just the general story of Okada, the basic story of Okada fighting back and really getting his win back and establishing that this is his territory. He's the man here. Like, I love this match. This shit gets a goat. Fucking the perfect way to end it was how they ended it with those two sitting and bowing to each other in an ultimate show of respect. Two of the best in the world, two of the best to ever do it. Like this was goat shit. Straight up goat shit.
Mm. Now, I don't hate the match, but I felt like it was not as good as their first encounter.
Ooh.
Like, when this man got injured, when this man broke his arm, that was real. When this man broke his orbital bone during a tag match, that was real. Here, it was real, but it wasn't the real that it just wasn't the real that I was expecting. I was expecting more from this. I was expecting him to actually break his arm, and then all of a sudden, I'm watching New Year's Dash, and this man is perfectly fine.
He couldn't break
First
his
of all,
arm. He had to win.
I gotta say this: the spot where he goes across the ramp and runs, and then that sick Psycho knee right after. My God, why wasn't his orbital bone broken there?
Blood. Blood.
Like, my whole motive going into this was I'm here to see some limbs be broken from the Rainmaker. Like, the Rainmaker is not walking out of here alive. He's not. Not this man done unleashed the dragon. And then the dragon fucking loses. I'm
Well, they're
like,
one
wait,
and one
what?
now. They're 1-1.
I'm like, wait, what? Are we doing this in Dominion or something?
I'll be
What are we
with it for
doing?
part 3. I'll be with it.
I'm kind of with it for part 3, but then again, we didn't get Omega Osprey 3. We never
No.
really got that. And we said during after that Forbidden Door match, getting Omega Osprey 3.
Well, we
Still
probably
haven't
were
gotten
at
it.
some point, but Kenny's hurt again, so now we don't know when.
Still haven't gotten it. I mean, when it happens, it happens. But I'm thinking Dominion, these two, I'm still giving the match a go. It was still fucking fun because holy shit, I'm looking at it now as if this might be Danielson's first and last appearance in the dome.
Yeah.
So I'm going into that speculation because, like he said months ago, he ain't gonna be doing this shit anymore. So, like, after this, he's done. So he's gonna be focused on the creative and Collision, and then basically become a special attraction. But I'm hoping this is not a one and done for Danielson at the Dome. Like, I want more Danielson at the Dome. It would be fun. Yeah, and some people were iffy that we didn't get Europe, but like I said, even if we got Europe, we wouldn't be able to hear it because Japan has those copyright issues.
Yeah, it's fine. He's
But yeah,
gonna fuck your bitch just like
I'm
this.
still
It's fine.
giving this match a go because it's Okada and Danielson. When are we ever? This might be the last time that we see these two compete, or we don't know. It was still wrestling because that's what this was. This was wrestling,
Hey, homage to the
and
gods.
now we go into our main event for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. The winner of the G1, New Japan's MVP, the leader of Los Ingobernables de Japón, Naito Tetsuya, taking on the World Heavyweight Champion, the leader of the Burgers and the Fries, Sonata, in his first main event ever. And we all know the trope when you enter your first Wrestle Kingdom main event. This was 25 minutes and 43 seconds, the longest throughout the main card. DJ, let's bring this home.
Yes. I'm with Young Wolf's vibes, by the way. 2 out of 3 are Iron Man matches the move. Um,
Ooh, like
but
Kenny
yeah,
and Okada before?
yes. Um, but yeah, in this main event, this was a match that the more the closer we got to it, the deeper we got into the match itself, it became more and more obvious that the move was Naito. Like it had to be. Um, I just think that while yes, we are in a period where New Japan should be trying to look forward to the future, there's just certain things that are undeniable in the way you build them and the way you present them. And I mean, Naito had to finish his story. All right, he had to finish the story. And Naito coming in here, finishing the story, like the crowd was at its hottest for him. Like we are 4.5, 5 hours into the night, and Naito comes out, and the crowd goes crazy, louder than they've been all night. That's where you know this is the guy. This is the guy they came to see. This is the guy that they're putting their all behind. So how can you not go with that? Um, and I mean, they did the right thing even beyond that in setting up a story and putting in the pieces to where you don't just leave Sonata in the cold. I think that was the real key. Because Naito finished the story, sure, but they left enough in there to where Sonata got to taste that heartbreak that truly builds the aces of the company, like it built
What do you mean?
Okada,
What do you
like it
mean with
built
Naito
Tanahashi.
finishing the story? Like, did he win like him winning the belt or him actually closing out the show without
Him
interruptions?
closing out the show as the champion because he didn't get to do it when he won the first time. I said that.
You know how many times he's done that and they've always interrupted him?
Exactly. This is the
This is
only.
the
This is
one. Finally.
finally he gets to fucking. He wins the championship. He does the roll call. He names the homies Los Ingobernables de
Yeah.
Japón,
Ah, Bond.
and that's it. No one No one interrupts him. No one betrays him. None of that. I mean, Evil came out and tried to fuck with him before, but Sonata saved him. So yeah, Naito finished his story. And so it all works out in the end. And like we talked about, I even like that element of it with Evil and Sonata being involved. The two former Lij members that left, they got to be involved in Naito's moment, either being Evil attacking him or Sonata saving him. And again, this is the last time you see Sonata on the show, he's walking up the ramp and he's crying, just like Okada was so long ago.
You're not
Uh,
ready.
yeah, you're not ready. So now we get to go on a journey with Sonata to see if he truly can become ready, while Naito holds on to the title for a while and gets to be that guy and rock out and work off the vibes. So yeah, I'm going to give this a bars. I thought this main event worked the way it needed to.
You are right about one thing. You know, we have been talking about this is what this whole recap has been about is that we've been talking about the future of the company with the new guys that they're looking at, they're pushing forward. They're going to be the ones that are going to be carrying the company within the next 10 years. Sonata is one of those in that category. And, you know, he had an amazing, without a shadow of a doubt, an amazing 2023. Who could go out of their way and say, I beat Okada and won the belt? Not Bronson Reed.
Yeah, he beat Okada, but he ain't win the belt.
He didn't win the belt. He beats him in a G1. That's it. That's a
Yeah,
tournament. He didn't beat him for the belt.
yeah.
So at this point, the man that beat Okada will no longer be known as the man that beat Okada going into 2024. He'll be known as Big Man.
Big man, yes. Well,
Okay.
it'll be one of his
And
ankles.
Sonata will now be the man known as the one that beat Okada for the belt.
Yes, he did do that.
Look, I can't shit on Sonata. Ever since the tag team run, I enjoyed it with him and Evil. Honestly, that was like the happiest I've seen Evil in his time. And then he left. And then he won the belt. And then we were all like, chirp, 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 chirp. Like, what the fuck? And then Sonata wins, and we're like, hooray! Burgers and fries for everyone!
Oh hell yeah.
It was a celebration. Like, you know, like, remember when we started the Wrestle Kingdom 39 recap and I opened it up with this man winning the world title? We were just in joy with when that happened, because how many times have we sat here, whether if it's any random New Japan show, whether if it's Wrestle Kingdom, whether if it's Dominion, whether if it's anything that's like in the North Americas, or if Sonata just shows up at Forbidden Door, which, by the way, that was still the worst match in his entire career, which I'm just going to get that out of the way. How many
Got
times
it.
have we given this man praise? We've also said that this man is a future world champion going into the future, and they did it.
Yeah, no longer future. He's a world champion now. He's done it.
Well, he's a former now.
Yeah, former now.
Now he could. Now we got to look at his run going into 2024. In my honest opinion, we're running this back again. This is going to be the main event next year. This is it. We're running this back. We're going to have Naito versus Sonata, except Sonata is going to be the one to win the G1.
Ooh, okay.
He's the one that's going to win the G1. Because Tanahashi's the president. At this point, we can't put that man over anymore. He got no more legs. Okada is already now. He's going to be pushed aside for a bit. He's still going to have great matches, but he's not going to be the focal point going forward. You know, it's going to start becoming now. Naito's going to have a great 2024 with the belt. He's going to hold on to it for a good while. I'm hoping he doesn't lose it because we got to run this back. We have to run this back. If we're doing it at Dominion, fine. But I can't see Sonata winning the belt that quickly because then it's being hot-shotted. And I don't want Sonata being like a hot-shotted guy that they're pushing to the moon when you got all these other guys that you can push to the moon as well. So, yeah, I mean, again, it's one of those tropes where it's like, you're not ready, and I've been here for years, and fuck you, and all that shit.
Fuck you.
At the end of the day, the ending is what proved that Sonata is going to be the focal point going forward. The fact that he saved his former faction mate from his other former faction mate. Because again, you said it. Naito got to finally finish the story, and that is closing out the show, shouting out the homies, holding on to the belt, not having any more bullshit getting his way. That's it. We closed the book on that. Now can Cody finish his shit so we can all shut the hell up?
No. The Rock. The Rock. The Rock.
Sonata proved that he was a main eventer on this night. And I don't think he's losing his spot anytime soon. I don't think so. I've had a lot of faith in Sonata watching New Japan over the years. And I wanted to see this man break out when he was the Intercontinental Champion. And they never did it. They never did it with him. When he won the New Japan Cup, they did nothing with him. And I'm like, yes, they are doing something. Finally. But they never did it. It's like you just won a big-ass trophy. What do you do with it? You take it home? Where do you put it at?
Yeah.
I was so proud of Sonata on this night. So proud. He's getting his very first ever 6-star Meltzer shit.
Ooh.
I'm sorry, but it may have been Naito's night winning the title, but this was Sonata's night here as a main eventer. Main eventing, closing out the dome. You can't take that away from him now.
You can't.
You gotta.
His name is a history. Yeah, that's history.
You gotta give him his props now because what? You think Evo was gonna do that? Hell no. That match would have been flaccid as fuck. It would have never been in the main event. They would have said, "Yo, put the junior title in the main event. Fuck this."
Dick Togo running in the main event in the Tokyo Dome would have been crazy.
And this is probably the first ever. Jesus, I forgot that this guy landed on his head from that German. This is probably the first ever Wrestle Kingdom that I wasn't emotionally, spiritually moved by this event. I wasn't in tears, but I was enjoying the show. It was still fun. Wrestle Kingdom has always been fun. And it was better than last year's. Because last year's, yeah, it was just in the spirit of Inoki. But there was too much going on that didn't make any sense there. Like New Japan versus WWE, for example. Final grade of the show, best match of the night, worst match of the night. I mean, was there a worst match of the night, honestly? We're still going to do it either way.
Yeah. I mean, there was nothing on the show that was super bad, but the worst match of the night is definitely the House of Torture match. It always is.
Hold on. Where is
Boo this man!
You just don't want the chaos in New Japan. Just like I don't want the chaos in the WWE.
They jumped Kiyomiya for a near fall. What the hell?
You gotta jump the Noah guy. It's like, bro. It's Bloods and Trinidadios. They gotta jump the guy from in the green team, right?
For a near fall, Falsey. Had a Falsey had a jumping Kiyomiya. I mean, again, even that match wasn't terrible. So it was the best match of the night though for me was Danielson and Okada. And overall, I thought the show was very good. Again, we got out of there 7 a.m. around that time flat. So they made good time. There may be certain discussions to be had about what you can put on the card for a tighter time periods in the future, but I like the time they made on this show. I'm gonna give this solid B plus.
4.5.
Yes.
Best match of the night, I'm going to say, was the Junior Heavyweight Championship match. That was the best fucking match. It was super fucking fun, and it was action packed. The worst match of the night being that there was no women's title match. But yet you just have Mayu Iwatani on commentary. Gato, what are you doing? Tanahashi, what are you doing? If you're trying to make New Japan great again, can we start booking women on the show now?
Or at least if you got Mayu Iwatani to build it in full gear, what the hell?
Like, come on, bro. Like, that had to be the most disrespectful thing I had ever seen. Worse than them getting 5 minutes last year. Just for them to be overshadowed by money.
Well, I guess that's they have no money this year to have spotlight for.
At this point, it looked like they had no money, being that it was only 27,000 people in the arena.
Yeah, they needed more Mercedes Monet. She got
goddamn horse shit. I mean, it's still a good number, but goddamn horse shit for a big ass arena like that, you need to be filling up the seats and not just the floor. What the fuck you guys are doing? Yeah. Best match of the night was the junior heavyweight title. Honestly, I give the worst match of the night to the fucking winner take all tag team titles because of how we basically explained that it was overshadowed and it was just not, was not as like lengthy as we were expecting it because they try to rush everything. And I hate that matches like that get so rushed because, again, it's a winner take all. That has to mean something to everyone in this card, right? And to everyone participating and to people who are viewing it. They just didn't mean anything to them. And I was just like, okay.
Yeah. They flew through it.
I will honestly give the show. I'm gonna go with you on this. I'm gonna give it a B plus. It's honestly it's the show where we're now focusing on the future once again. We're focusing on certain people here that are getting utilized, getting pushed. We're focusing on new guidance that are coming in. The global title now becoming a new thing. Nick Nemeth now being a part of New Japan. And then the worst thing of them all, Matt Riddle is now getting his fucking bare feet in this fucking promotion. I don't want him in here. I really don't.
He's here though. It's an unfortunate reality that a lot of those guys that get accused of whatever sometimes can go to Japan.
It's not even just, I didn't even, when I was telling you guys this on the chat, I didn't even want to talk about the whole, him being spoken out by all these multiple. No, it's just because he's another one that will probably get himself in some trouble in New Japan with that shit. So
hopefully he's smart enough to know that they don't play that shit over there.
And hopefully New Japan is smart enough to not send him to Japan and just have Tanahashi come to America.
Yeah, the president got to pull up on him like, hey, man, we're going to need you to.
Because remember, when I think of that, I think of how fucking Matt Sydal got himself in trouble and almost spent 2 years in a Japanese prison.
Yeah. You can't. They don't play those games.
So it's like,
don't fuck it up. Don't fuck up the bag because this might be your last chance.
Me versus Knock Nemeth on Come Tuesday. What?
Knock Nemeth.
Knock Nemeth. And what's happening on Come Tuesday? Are we doing Come Tuesday?
We gotta figure something out. But 6 is back on 125th. Let's go. They pulled the
I
Batista.
saw the message, so it's gonna be you and me back again tomorrow.
Oh yes, for anyway.
Yes, like I said earlier, when this man was gone, I will be back full time tomorrow, January 8th. I will be back within the weeks going forward. This Thursday, we will not be doing Making Impact though, because that's it for Making Impact. Whenever from the last episode that we did, we're gonna be moving forward to the TNA stuff, Total Nonstop Rambling TNR going forward. But we will be live for Ramble of Honor this Thursday. We'll be back for Collision this Friday. I will be with Dave Wednesday for Dynamite, and me and TJ for the show that you've been waiting on this Friday. So yeah, stick around. I'm back, and it's just gonna be more rambling than ever before.
Pull
And I
up
think that this,
tomorrow and watch in real time as Cody loses his WrestleMania main event. The
yeah, that
Rock
too.
is coming.
Oh yeah, and stay tuned Monday as Raw will be in Portland. We're gonna be hearing a lot of Piper in Portland from Punk.
They ain't gonna have no idea what you talking about. Who? Roddy who?
But it looks like there has been enough talk for it is time to bring it home here on the first recap of 2024. Great one. It's time to tell these Ramble Maniacs and your BC aliens where to find us. Hold on. If I can make it home early enough and they change my time, I might be home by 9 now. Just let us know, man. Just let us know. Remember, communication is key. We need to keep that in check. Oh, before anything, let's not forget that our next championship prediction is at the Royal Rumble on January 27th, which will also be Ramblemania Show's 7th birthday. So stick around for that. The title will be defending. We're going to have some fun. But TJ, you already know what to do.
Of course. Yeah. You already know where to find us. Find us on Instagram at Ramblemania, showing that Banter Club Podcast. Find us on Twitter at Ramblemania. Facebook.com/Ramblemania Show. Also find our group there, Ramblemania Show's Banter Club, where we and the other wrestlers, podcasters, and everybody we associate with. Post all our goings on and all that's going down. As far as audio world, every audio is found on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, TuneIn, Overcast, everywhere podcasts are found. Search Ramblemania Show or Banter Club. As far as visuals, twitch.tv/Ramblemania Show. We're on Spotify video. We're on YouTube. Search Ramblemania Show or Banter Club. When you get here, like the videos, click subscribe, click the bell so that when a new content drops, it goes straight to you.
Yeah.
As for me personally, follow me on Instagram at TJ the Great One. That's TJ the GR, the number 8, the number 1. Follow me on Twitter at TJ the Great. That's TJ the GR, the number 8. It's as simple as that.
TJ the Great. TJ the Great.
You damn right.
And as always, guys, you can find me on Instagram at iZombies, IZombies.
Yeah! Yeah!
I'll see you guys tomorrow night for more 3 hours of torture and all that shit. But for TJ the Great, I'm Hazel the iZombie. This has been our Shinihu Pro Wrestle Kingdom 18 recap at the Tokyo Dome. We would like to wish all of you out there, hey, pony goodies. You ain't too fucking sweet.
I can style out this hoe and a good fight and a good night.
Go fuck yourself.
I almost forgot. Go